Okay, welcome back. We're in the last video in this series, and well, so far what we've gone over, we've talked about a big idea. The idea that you can double your money in a year or less using advantage play. And then we went on to talk about 3 of the big 4 secrets that I was going to reveal that casinos don't want you to know about. Okay, the first is that average people like you and I can learn how to become advantage players. Okay, it is not something reserved just for geniuses. It takes a genius to figure it out, but once the map is laid and the information is out there, average people like you and I can learn how to execute these strategies. Now the second is the big kill greed mentality. Okay, the casinos and scammers use this mentality to sucker you out of money. Okay, they don't want you to know that. So moving on, the third big secret is that advantage play focuses on creating a positive expected value. Okay, without a positive expected value, you have nothing. Now, chase systems typically will not give you a positive expected value. So if you see a system like that on the market being sold, you can pretty much say right off the get-go, no, it doesn't work. You're trying to sucker me out of money. Okay, well, the last big secret that casinos don't want you to know about is team play. Okay, now this goes contrary to our programming. Ever since we were in school, we've always been isolated. Okay, when you take a test in school, it is generally frowned upon if you try to turn over to your friend and say, hey, do you know the answer to this question? And that carries over into our adult lives. Most of us, if we try to start a business, we become self-employed. And when you're self-employed, most people, they depend on themselves to do everything. Robert Kiyosaki likes to say that the self-employed's mantra is, if you want it done right, do it yourself. So, this idea is coming from a point of weakness. It is not how the big boys play the game, okay? It's not how Bill Gates and Microsoft play the game. It's not how Apple Computers plays the game. And, well, guess what? When it comes to gambling, that's not how the pros play the game either. So, what I've done, I've got a collection of videos from Breaking Vegas, which was a series done on the History Channel. And most of the videos on this collection come from that series. I believe there's one, the Billy Walters interview. That was 60 minutes. But the idea that I'm trying to convey to you here, okay, I want you to go through these videos and notice that in each and every single situation, they have a team behind them. It's not one individual running the show. It's not one individual doing everything. Okay? Having a team does 2 really, really big things for you. Okay? Number 1, it reduces your financial risk. Okay? Being an advantage player, you got to put thousands of dollars at risk. Okay? There's just no 2 ways about it. However, if you're part of a team, that thousands of dollars isn't necessarily coming all out of your pocket. Okay? A collective of people come together and build a bankroll and then go out and take on the casinos. Okay? So it reduces that financial risk. Now, the second thing that it does is it allows people to specialize and reduces the workload. Now, sports betting, for example, if you tried to do it all yourself, you could work 70, 80, 90 hours a week poring over statistics, and you drive yourself absolutely mad because the workload is just endless. However, if you have a team of people and one person is studying weather, Another person is studying injuries and illnesses. And another person is studying the pendulum cycle theory that I mentioned with the point spread, and they all come together and they collaborate this information, just working 5 or 10 hours a week. If you've got 10 people on your team, okay, you got 50 to 100 hours worth of research that all comes together and is collaborated in the end, and you didn't have to do it all yourself. Okay, teamwork is the magic key that allows people to succeed and to achieve great heights. Now, in my upcoming webinar, I'm going to show you the fundamentals of card counting. I have a free tutorial and training tools available to you. I will show you the fundamentals of dice control, roulette bias. I'm not a poker player myself, but I have been talking with other people, and we are talking about creating a poker team. And in sports betting, that's my main bread and butter. That's where I got my start. I will send out the pendulum cycle theory to you, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to also reveal how to find a touting service that actually delivers on its promise and why you can actually trust them. Now, that's priceless. Okay, these guys are very, very expensive, and unfortunately that means you need a lot of money to be able to use it, because if you're not making enough profit to cover those expenses, then you're actually losing money. Again, it boils down to the Kelly criterion and knowing the optimal bet size for the size of your bankroll. Now, the point of this webinar is not simply to teach a bunch of information and then set you out on your own and hope for the best. The idea behind this webinar is to build a team and execute the ideas that we're talking about. Now, if you try to go out on your own and learn this stuff, you're going to end up paying a lot of money. Okay? For example, Blackjack Apprenticeship offers boot camps on card counting. It costs $1,500 for a one-day seminar. Golden Touch Dice Control seminars, I believe it lasts for 2 days, is $1,595. A touting service like the services that I'm talking about is going to cost you more than $1,500 for a season. Ivy League poker training videos, it costs you $500 a year for access to the best videos. Now, these videos they're authorized by Phil Ivey, world poker champion, I believe, multiple times. And beyond all of that, once you've actually learned all of this information, you're going to need a bankroll to get started. So you got $1,500, $1,595, another $1,500 plus $500. You're roughly $5,000. So it'd be what, $5,095, and then a $5,000 bankroll. So you're over 10 grand. Now, having this information would be incredible. Okay, it's life changing. You would actually have control over your own life, over your own destiny, instead of being stuck in a job and depending on these terrible retirement vehicles that aren't going to get you where you want to be in life. So you're going to have access to all of this information, plus the most important part that's going to separate this from any other webinar out there is that when you join this, you're actually joining the team as an investor. Okay? Now, I'm not going to charge. I could easily charge like $1,500 for this, and it would be well worth the money. But I'm not going to charge anywhere close to that. Okay? I'm not going to charge $1,000. I'm not even going to charge $500. The price to get in on this webinar is just $200. And yeah, it's an amazing value considering what you're getting access to. Okay, not only are you going to be able to learn about all the disciplines that we just talked about, learn all the fundamentals to all these different things and find something that works for you, but you're going to be part of a team, okay? Your money is going to be pooled with a bunch of other people, and we'll have a bankroll to actually execute the ideas that are being discussed. You will also have access to highly trained people who are going to be executing these ideas, and if you wish to actually gain the skills and start executing some of this yourself, you're welcome to do so as well. Now, the point here is that the people that go out into the casinos, we're not just going to throw somebody a book and say, okay, here's how you count cards, and a week later they're supposed to go out with $1,000 and take on the casinos. That's not the way this works. No, these people are tested, and tested. The tests are brutal. Okay, they're not a cakewalk, and if you can't pass them, you don't get money to go out to play. That's the bottom line. Okay, we are obsessed with creating a positive expected value, and money does not leave the bankroll until we know that that positive expected value is in our corner. Okay, wrapping this up, what makes this webinar so different from anything else out there is that it's being put on by average people. Okay, when I opened this video series, I told you I'm an average guy, I work an average job, and drive an average vehicle. Okay, I'm not a salesman. I'm stumbling over my words as I try to make these videos. I'm not the most exciting guy to listen to, I know. The point here is not to make a quick buck. Okay, the point is to reach out to other people and share this idea in hopes that we can come together and collaborate. That together we can make a way out, a way up, a way to get away from this average job, because we know that there's something better out there. Now, I have one final bonus to offer. Most of the people that have come to see this video series have come from the silver stacking community. And that being said, I have a cool giveaway. Okay, everybody who attends this webinar is going to be entered to win a pair of silver dragons. Okay, what I have right here is one of them. This is Coco the Dragon, and I do not have Brutus yet, but it's on its way. And the pair of these is over $700, and that's with a discount. Okay, they're on sale at the moment, and I saw these from Silver Slacker. He put a video out, and I just thought it was about the coolest thing that I ever saw. So I decided, wouldn't it be really, really cool to get the pair of these dragons and give them away during this webinar. So that's what I decided to do. Now, wrapping this up, I'm glad you came out to see this. I hope you're intrigued. I hope that I've sparked an interest in you that makes you want to take action. So go ahead, sign up for that webinar, and let's go get them.